So, how did I integrate technology such as software, hardware, and online in my project? So, starting off with digital software, in this kind of pie chart, I have everything that I incorporated in my project. So, beginning off with Shotcut, Shotcut was the editing software that we chose in order to edit our film. So, we used this editing software to add transitions, to cut our film up, to add the lighting, sound, and ultimately, Shotcut was really the most important piece of our film in a way because it really brought everything together. And then moving on to YouTube. So we use YouTube for various ways. So some ways are we uploaded our film through YouTube because it was very important for us to add those subtitles, such as I mentioned in my previous CR question regarding marketing. It was really important for us to have those subtitles so that it would be available for anyone hard of hearing. And then we heavily use YouTube for our research, and that's something that you will hear me say many times throughout this PowerPoint. YouTube was vital for our research, and you will see more of that later on. Continuing to Gmail, so me and my partner unfortunately could not be together at all times, so we found that we really needed to send each other content as we worked on our film, and we decided against using messages for that because we felt that it really diminished the quality a little bit. So we found that Gmail was very resourceful in this, and we were able to share film content such as when she needed to send me sound or when I needed to send her a piece of our film and say, hey, is this okay? And we were able to get this through Gmail. And moving on to UmiScript. So this is an editing platform that is technically a script generator. Well, not generator, that's not the right word, but it's a script template. And since my partner had never written a script before, I found that it would be easier for her and I, as we wrote a script, for us to have a template for her to really understand how a script should be structured and how it should look like. So using this website was extremely resourceful for us, and it really helped my partner and I learn more about how a script should look. And Microsoft PowerPoint has been also extremely resourceful. We used it for our genre conventions PowerPoint. So beginning our film, we researched fantasy films and horror films as we were working towards a dark fantasy. So we researched those two and we put them together in a PowerPoint presentation where we put together a kind of our breakdown of these openings and what they were showcasing. On top of that, we also put together some conventions that we were noticing and that were very vital for us to put in our personal film. So Microsoft PowerPoint has been very vital for us to keep our thoughts organized and keep what we needed structured. And I also use Microsoft PowerPoint for these CECR questions, so it has been extremely helpful. And then moving on to GarageBand, we use, well, my partner actually, since she was interactive sound, she used GarageBand to get that soundtrack in, and I also was a part of this because there were some parts where she would show me, hey, is this good? And I would say, hey, maybe you should add this sound effect. And so GarageBand and SoundMaker were two softwares that I saw her using for our film. And then obviously Blogger has been used to upload my progress throughout this film, and I have uploaded everything that I've been doing there. And then continuing on to our equipment, so our hardware, we used a Canon camera. We used a Canon camera to film our film, and this was a very professional camera so we had to learn how to manage that. And as I've stated previously, YouTube was very vital. We used YouTube and Google in order to figure out the settings of this camera, how we should use it, what settings it should be at, the lighting, and it was very new for us to work with such a professional camera, so that was very interesting. And then a boom mic, so we used that boom mic to get the audio. We needed the right audio. We wanted the audio to be clear, and we found that maybe the camera would not work best, since our camera, we wanted those establishing shots, so the camera would be far and would not be able to reach that audio. So we decided to use a boom mic in order to get that audio as if we were right next to the actors. And so that was very helpful. And then continuing on, we used a tripod. So we used a tripod to get that height in. So we wanted for our establishing shot and our um, close up, we wanted the right height to focus in on what we needed to. So the tripod was able to help us get different types of heights. We could position it in a lower height if we needed or a higher height. And we also used LED lights for our scenes. So in our library, we had light shining in through the window, but we wanted to be able to like manipulate that in a way and add different type of lighting. So we were able to use LED lights for that. And here actually I have incorporated pictures where it shows us using this equipment. So if we look right here where the arrow is pointing, that is my friend helping us with the boom mic. This is because I was behind the camera and my partner was actually the lead actor in our film. So my friend was really helping us get that audio in. And you can see right here he has his headphones to the side, and that is because he's making sure that you can clearly hear the audio, so that when we came back to the footage that we would have everything we needed. And then if we look right here where these arrows are pointing, that is our LED lights. And as you can see, as I said before, we had that on the side opposite of the window, really trying to get that, we were trying to amp up the lighting. Even though it was great with the window, we still wanted to add sort of our own. And then right here you can see me and my partner trying to fix that tripod height. We were trying to make sure the height was good, where we could get a good establishing shot, a good long shot, a good close up. And we were doing zoom in, so we also felt that it was important that it was eye to eye with her face. So that is that. And then how we integrated online. So obviously research was a massive part of this film, and we use YouTube heavily, as I've already stated many times. So here we have a screenshot of one way we use YouTube. So coming into this film, we wanted to look at other films and see those openings. So we used YouTube in order to get to see those openings. We used YouTube in order to search up tutorials. I actually had to search up a tutorial on how to use a boom mic because I wasn't quite sure. And Google was also very, very resourceful. So in this screenshot, we can see that I really researched articles when it came to fantasy. So one example is a guide to writing a successful dark fantasy story, and I really try to use these type of articles in order to know what was expected going into dark fantasy, and Google was a heavy part of that. And we also used Google to write our script. That's where we found the Umi script generator, template. And so references, as I've stated earlier, that's where we used online to get those references, such as openings for Harry Potter, Divergent, Hunger Games, The Witcher. Those are all sort of fantasy dystopian films that we researched. And then me personally, I had to focus on lighting, so I really had to search up online like different types of lightings that are commonly seen in films, especially fantasy films. So I really used Google and YouTube and all these online resources in order to help me find the right type of lighting that I could use in my film. And that's how we integrated software, hardware, and online into our project. Thank you.